Hey everybody, Mesmerized here. This is going to be the last video I do in the series of Pez stuff that we got from our Japan trip. Yeah, I already did some deep dive videos into the vintage Pez we got, the current Pez dispensers we got, and this is going to be the Pez licensed merch that you get out of the Gacha machines. So those are the little vending style machines you put yen coins in, anywhere from usually it was like 200 to 400 yen, which is I don't know, like $2 to $4. And then you get a little capsule, capsules like these that roll out of the machine, and they're shrink wrapped, and then you pop them open, um, and you're going to get a little item inside that's usually wrapped up like so. And then if you don't want to keep the capsules, you can return the capsules. They have a little capsule return thing. These machines are all over the place in Japan, at least where we were, in Tokyo and Osaka and Kyoto. Sometimes you just find them out on the street, like sort of along stores underneath the eaves or in alleys. Um, Sometimes you find them in arcades where they might have a whole floor or section dedicated to the gotcha machines, and then maybe a different place dedicated to the crane games and a different one for arcade games. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Um, and then there was at one mall, was it in Tokyo or was it in Kyoto? Where they had the Namco Bandai sort of flagship store where they had a arcade store there with over 3,000 of these gotcha machines in them. So you can find all kinds of stuff. But we wound up finding 4 different types. So my wife found this one, I think in Osaka, where they have different bags, little zipper bags, and she's planning to use this for her travel toiletries. Um, yeah, we didn't need a whole set of them, but here was the this little paper you get with it that shows the set of the 5 different baggies. Maybe it's a washcloth over there that you can get out of the machine if you wanted everything. The trick is if you're trying to collect the whole set, you're going to wind up usually getting lots of different duplicates. Yeah, so it's not like you can pick what you get out of the machine. Uh, yeah, and then she also found this lanyard, I think at that big flagship store with the 3,000 ones. Yeah, it's just a lanyard. I think maybe you could hang your phone on it if you had the right type of phone case, but you could also use it for other things. She's planning to use it at some future Pez convention that we go to. So, yep, lanyards. I don't have the paper for the lanyard because it got all wet in the rain. It was soaking that day, and then the paper sort of disintegrated on us. But I think there was 5 or 6 different lanyards in the set with different Pez character themes along the lanyard. But so that was the second gotcha type machine we found. Another one we found was these weird bicycle valve heads. Uh, yeah. And I was thinking I might stick this on my son's bike, but it turns out Japanese bike tire valves are smaller than US ones. So this does not fit on a US bicycle. So if you're thinking that you're going to actually use it, you better make sure you get a Japanese style bike tire. Uh, just got the one. Um, there's a whole set here. I guess this is a set that you could get in there. But how many bike tire valve tire covers do you need? I don't know. Interesting though. The one that I thought was the coolest though were these Sanrio, these little mascots that they do. There's a bunch of different series. Um, there's non-Sanrio series, I think they're out. I didn't find any of the non ones, but the non-Sanrio ones. But these are fun. There were 6 in the set. Um, they're kind of cute to hang off of. Yeah, and some of these guys, um, yeah, like Pachaco here, I don't think he comes in a regular Pez dispenser form. So it's not like he's made to look like a regular Pez, but some of these guys were. So like Karopi and Bats, yeah, you've got them in the regular Pez dispenser form. It looks pretty close, but of course they made these guys no feet. And purple, I don't know, can you get Bats on a purple? Maybe you can. I haven't really paid attention. My wife does more of the Hello Kitty collecting than I do. um, But here's the paper with the full set. Yeah, so I think that this was Tuxedo Sam. I never got him, unfortunately. Peckle, Bats, Hangyodon. Did I finally say that right? Uh, Pachaco, and then Karopi. Karopi was the one we really wanted, but couldn't pull him out of the machine without spending a lot of money to try to get him, I think. So we gave up at that point. But fun. We'll stick him on my lunch bag or something somewhere. Decorate stuff with these guys. So that was it. That was all the gotcha machines we found. I know there's other ones with different series of these things. Like I know you could get like the Halloween witch and ghost and things like that in a different series. We just never found it. I don't think there's any more actual Pez dispensers in the gotcha machines. Like in around 2005 to 2015, they used to sell the Japanese mini-Pez, and you get them out on the gotcha machine, or the mini-mini-Pez. I don't think they do that anymore. But so if that's what you're looking for, you might have to try to find those at the vintage stores. All right. Well, that was the fun we had in Japan. Get out there and collect some Pez all over the world.